My name is Alexis Pounds, and I'm a junior at the University of Mississippi.
Is that Alexis?
Yes.
Pounds?
Yep, just like the weight.
Okay. Do you know what the university's policy on attendance here at Ole Miss is?
I'm not sure of the official policy now.
You're not clear on the actual stated policy that the university has described?
Correct.
Well, the policy here at Ole Miss states that the teacher has the right to decide on what the attendance is. Have you been personally affected by the attendance policy here at Ole Miss?
Yes, I've had grades drop due to not making what I thought was the 3-day. There's 3 classes that you could miss policy, and then your grade drops.
And what class was this in?
In my writing class.
And what happened exactly?
I went from having an A to a B in the class for missing 4 classes.
And how was your teacher grading? Like, what was their attendance policy procedure?
You missed 3 classes, and then your grade didn't drop, but on the 4th class that you missed, your grade dropped a letter grade.
And
your final grade dropped a letter grade.
And what if you missed 5 classes?
Then your grade dropped another letter grade.
Do you agree with some teachers' policies to have your grade dropped is fair?
No, I do not personally believe that, because a person like me who makes an A or better grades in the class should not be affected because of outsourcing or not problems that have happened other places.
But do you agree that some teachers should have a policy, though, because they feel that a student should be in class to effectively learn a course?
I guess so, in a math class or something that, is very...
Are there courses that you think that just shouldn't require it because a teacher supplies all the information that you need?
Oh, yeah, I feel like a lot of classes, writing classes or something like that, that mostly you do your own work and you move at your own pace, shouldn't have an attendance policy, or when they put their own, slides on Blackboard and stuff. Things like that.
How many teachers do you have right now that followed the policy? A strict policy like that.
I have 4 out of my 5 teachers that follow the policy.
And do you have any teachers that have absolutely no attendance policy?
Yeah. My anthropology teacher has no attendance policy.
And do you find that there's a difference in the learning compared to your classes that have an attendance policy?
I feel like my anthropology class, due to the other classes that don't have the attendance policy, is much more you have to put in more work to learn because you're doing it outside of the class and stuff.
And do you feel you can just teach yourself in this class?
Yes. I feel like I can teach myself, read the book, read the readings, read her notes, and I know what the point that she's trying to get across.
Do you think that the attendance policy should only be targeted towards certain students that have less of a learning, or by your grade, how old you are?
I definitely think it should be by your letter grade, not by how old you are or what, I think that, maybe for freshmen, but I definitely think it should be if you're making good grades in the class, and your attendance shouldn't matter.
Shouldn't affect
what your overall grade is in that class.
So you don't think that your grade should be affected depending on how many times you show up to the class? If you're a well put together student,
if you're failing the class, then obviously it affects in your attendance.
Some people argue that if you coming into college, that we shouldn't be given an attendance policy. It should be your right to choose, and they feel like they're being lessened of this freedom, taking away the right to decide whether to attend class, something that you expect out of college.
Oh, I definitely feel that way. It's more of a way to babysit students. They're making sure that they're going to class, but I mean, at this age, once you come to college, you're over 18, you're an adult. you're paying for the class, you should be wanting to attend it and not, do well and prosper in your academics.
Do you know other students in your grade that have been affected by the attendance policy?
I know a lot of students in my grade and younger grades and even older grades that have been affected by the attendance policy.
Do you feel like more students are happy that they are required to go to class so they have a motivation to go, or do you feel like students disagree with this policy more than actually not having one?
I feel like the students strongly disagree with having an attendance policy because a lot of people have been negatively affected that are good students, and then there's people that just try to have other people still get away with it but not be affected by the attendance policy, like having someone else sign them into a class or something like that. So there's always just trying a way to work it out, other than if you didn't have an attendance policy in the class, and those people that just weren't making the grades wouldn't be there.
How do you think your classes would be different if you didn't have an attendance policy?
I feel like it would show the students that were there to learn and understand the severity of their academic career.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would show that the people that were really caring about wanting to do better in school, other than are just there because they have to sit there. Because those people that have to sit there just because of attendance policy don't positively interact in the class.
Okay, thank you.